what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air.
Well, I've seen two things over here, and one of them has excited me very much because it is a pipe bowl, but it's got a beautiful design on it. I've just seen it over here. Look. Oh my goodness. You know, it never fails to excite me, you know, a pipe bowl. I've got a few of these. This is an eagle claw one. Now look at that. Look at that. And it's just being exposed from the mud. Oh, I hope it's intact. I hope it's not broken. Oh yes, look, it's a stunning eagle claw holding a pipe bowl, a bit like an egg. Ah, that's beautiful, that's beautiful. Oh, I think it's one of my favourite pipe bowl designs, although I've got several favourite designs. What's that? That's just a bit of pipe stem. But oh, that's magnificent, isn't it? That claw clutching the egg. Such ingenious design, isn't it? Beautiful. Well, funny enough, there's a crow cawing in the background, so it sort of reminds me a little bit of the crow's claws as well, as they strut around the foreshore looking for food. I also saw just down here the bottom of a bottle. I don't know if we might be fortunate and find an entire bottle. What's that? Marginally unlikely, I expect, but still, it's worth a try. Let's see if it's in one piece and what it is. Just pull it out. Oh, it is in one piece. Fancy that. Oh, and look at that. How funny. My long lost relative. It's a white bottle. It's a white bottle. Beautiful. Look at that. Stunning. I'm just looking at this nice little patch of exposed mud here on the foreshore. There's quite a bit of it, and I'm going to get down and examine it in great detail. And I first noticed down here what I thought might be a little button. And it's not, by the way. But I've just seen this. Edge of a coin poking out. Now it's probably a 2p. Probably a modern coin. Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know. Hang on. 1884. Oh, that's not a 2p. Oh, what a treat. What a surprise. Now that is not a 2p. That is a Victoria, a Queen Victoria halfpenny. 1884. Brilliant. I really thought that was going to be a modern one. I almost didn't even look at it. How terrible's that? It's always worth looking very carefully on these patches of mud because things get caught on this mud as it heads down to the river when the tide's going down. You get all sorts of interesting little bits and pieces, and occasionally old coins, like this one. Now this looks like an interesting little patch. There's all sorts of little bits of metal. There used to be something. It's quite pretty, isn't it? Again, I can use that in a collage. And this looks like a really old button. Part of an old button. What's that? Lots of curious little bits and pieces that have gathered here over the years. What's that? A tiny little thing. It's the tiniest little bit of metal, and it's actually got lettering on it. You see that? Isn't that incredible? Sorry, I'll get it in the camera. Tiny, tiny. Whatever can that be? And whoever could read that apart from a little elf. Right, I shall take that with me. I'm very curious to know what that says. Into the pocket it goes. I don't think it's got... Oh, it does have something on the other side. Hang on. Oh my gosh, that is the tiniest little tiny little profile on there. Little head, isn't it? Oh my goodness, a teeny tiny fairy coin. Gosh, I'd better put that somewhere safe or I'm going to lose it. Put it there for now. What else have we got here? I thought I saw another one of those, actually. Oh, it's really excited me, that has. I'm sure I saw another tiny little round thing, but I mean, I didn't... Oh, hang on, there we are. Oh, that looks like it was a tiny button. Teeny tiny. Look at my array of tiny things. The most exciting thing is that teeny thing there. That, I can barely wait to get home. And do you know what? As I'm looking at it, I can make out the lettering, I think George. I think it says George on there. What else have we got in this fascinating little area? What else have we got here? I don't want to miss anything. Oh look, there's something else here. That looks like it might have been a button in a former life. Bit of a zip. Oh, what's that? What's this? What's this? Look, it's jewels. Wow, that's part of something, isn't it? How fascinating. That could be, it could be modern, it could be some kind of offering, but anyway, I'll put it there for now. Look at that little display of beautiful tiny things. Oh, there's a coin here. It's probably modern, I think. It's looking like a 5p. I think it's modern, but still. What else have we got? And now I'm beginning to see things. That looks like a tiny elephant, but it's not. Let's put that there. Lots and lots of teeny tiny nails. Tiny, tiny round thing. button. Tiny little button with 3 holes. So many little treasures. Now there's another nice little patch here, which I'm going to explore. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's that? Oh, that's curious. What is it? Oh my. That's the NHC I something or other. Dear. But you could read it better before I ran my fingers over it, couldn't you? There, we can see it a little better now. Some organisation or other. And it also has something on the back. Well, that's pretty. A little enamel badge of some description. I've also just spotted the tiniest little duck. So it really has been a day of tiny things. Now what's that? You know what, that really looks like a toy cannon. Lose it again. I could be wrong, but that does look like a little tiny toy cannon, or part of a toy cannon. Oh, I hope it is. Made of brass, I think. Now, I've just seen something here poking out of the mud. It looks like a little piece of metal with some lettering on it. I always like these. They're often to do with electric companies or tags to wrap around wire cables, but whatever they are, there's something I love about them. So let's see what this is. Oh, it feels like it's got a bit of length to it, actually. There we are, look. There it is, tantalisingly, poking out. And out it comes. Now, what is this going to reveal to us? Let's find a little pool to rinse it off. Oh, I see. Calibrating deflection. Test deflection, calibrating deflection. Well, there we are. Isn't that great? Some of you may know what that means. I don't. I'm going to go home and look that up. Calibrating deflection. Isn't that great? I love that. Oh, what is this? I love something with a name on. It looks like a broken tap or a screw thing, doesn't it? What does it say? Oh, Deptford, okay. C.S. Milne and Co. Deptford. Oh, brilliant. I love that. Something to look up. Now, just down here, I've seen a telltale piece of pipe stem. What remains to be seen is what is at the other end. Now, if I pull it, oh, there's a bit of resistance there. That could mean good news for all you pipe lovers out there, including me. That could mean good news. It's incredible, really. There's a footprint right next to it, and it's not broken. That is so lucky, isn't it? Oh, will there be a ball? Do you know what? I think there must be, because it's not coming out, again, unless there's something inside holding on to the end of it. Let's have a look. Ah, yes, look. Look, we're going to be in luck. I can see the lovely curvature of the bowl. We're going to be in luck, everyone. There, look. Wow. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, gosh, I never get fed up with that. Just look at that. It's been under the mud for all that time and it's still intact. Isn't that incredible? Let's give it a wash. Let's give it a wash. Oh, it's always such a miracle. That's beautiful. That's so nice. I'm going to keep that mud in there, and you know why, just in case we get lucky and there's some tobacco at the bottom. Wow. Now I've just seen something not so pleasant over here. And there's also something here. What's that? I don't think that's anything. But yes, I've seen something not so great here. I have found fish teeth on the Thames foreshore before. Now I don't find so many of these. Look, somebody's false teeth here. Oh look, I think it's going to be quite a big set as well. Oh dear. Oh, lovely, lovely set of gnashers there. Ooh. Now how did they get there? A nice little bottom set of teeth, ladies and gentlemen. Now I've just seen a mysterious looking round thing over here. Possibly a round piece of lead poking out of the mud. See it here? Does it have something on it? Yeah, it does, look. It does, it does, it does. It has some letters on it. Oh, how exciting. Look, I can see an E down there. There's an E. Oh, we've got lots more on this side. Wow, that is so cool. What is it? What is it? Well, I can't read it, but I'll be able to read it when I get home. But there's lots of letters and there's lots of numbers. So, something to look at there. Very exciting. That's my favourite kind of find. Metal with numbers. Mark II, I think it says. Mark II. Okay, get that in the bag and take a closer look at that at home. Well, it looks like somebody's been throwing stuff in the river indiscriminately. Lots and lots of modern coins here, look. So, well, I'm going to pick them up for the Thames Charity box. Look at that. Somebody's been throwing all their spare change, but there's also, right next to me, a bag here. And it looks as if somebody has thrown that in as well, deliberately. And I can see a passport. What else? A wallet. Oh my gosh, loads and loads of coins in there. That's so weird. Why would somebody throw all that in there? That is very strange. I mean, it could be some form of religious type offering. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it's horribly littering, but look, you see in there? It's just got loads and loads of coins. Oh, looks like a Russian passport. Oh, Irish. Okay, now that's strange. Well, I'm going to take it because I'm going to report the passport, and I'm going to get rid of this rubbish as well. So this has got to be one of the stranger things that I have found on the River Thames recently, and I don't know, it just feels somehow wrong to take it and also wrong to leave it. Yeah, I'm just not sure. It feels as if it's probably been thrown in for some kind of ritualistic purpose. I don't know. What do you think? Would you take this? Or would you leave it? Maybe let me know. Let me know in the comments what you would do with this. I've just checked the passport and it expires in 2025, so I'm going to take the passport, that's for sure. But I'm just not too sure about the rest of it. Really? Really? I'll bring some frozen peas down for you next time. Hi everyone, how are you? Thank you very much for watching. Welcome to my studio. It feels like ages since I've been here talking with you because I've been working really hard on a video, which has meant that I haven't put out one of my normal mudlarking videos for a couple of weeks, so it's really great to be back. I've just finished working on a video which I was working on last summer when I was in the Channel Islands. I interviewed a few people who experienced the German occupation of the Channel Islands during World War II. So it's been a really exciting project to work on, and it's not the usual mudlarking content, but it's still really historically interesting. So that will be coming out next weekend. So I hope you watch that, and please let me know what you think. So going back to today's video, quite a strange, eclectic group of finds. And so I'm going to start with my absolute favourite find, which is the tiniest find, which I'm very relieved that I could actually re-find amongst my mudlarking finds. And it's this tiny little coin here. I mean, when you think about how vast the River Thames is and how tiny certain things are, it's quite a miracle that you find them. And this little coin has been sitting in the river for years and years and years. Now, I put it on Twitter when I found it, and I was told that it was Victorian toy money. Now, toy money, I'm not sure, because children, can you imagine children playing with this kind of toy money? The first thing they would do is put it in their mouth. I mean, tiny children, wouldn't they? So I'm not sure I'd want to give my children money like this to play with as a toy. But after a little bit more searching, I did come across something else which indicates that it could come from a Windsor Castle mini medal coin set, which was like a little tin, and it had several mini coins in, including Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. And so this one is Victoria, and I'll put a picture up of one which I found online, which you can see a lot more clearly. This is Queen Victoria, and on the other side of the coin it says Victoria Reg. Well, that's what it says on the side with her face on. Then on the other side it says born May the 24th, 1819, crowned June the 28th, 1838. So I think that it must have come from this Windsor Castle mini medal coin set. So there it is. Such a tiny little artifact. And so I'm really pleased with that. I mean, I'm glad I picked it up, because I thought that it was just a plain little a washer type thing. So it's always worth checking your tiny finds, always worth checking them. You don't know what you might find on them. So that's that for that tiny find. And talking of toys, I'll just show you quickly this cannon again, which I think is brass, and it is indeed part of a tiny toy cannon. And again, I'll put a picture up of what it could have looked like with the rest of the cannon there with it. And as we're talking about tiny toys, I just wanted to show you a couple of my favourite tiny finds from over the years. And again, you know, they are so small. This is the tiniest ever teacup. Tiny, weeny little teacup, a doll's teacup. So small, you can barely see it. I'll have to put a photograph up to do it justice. But that is tiny, and it's even got a teeny weeny little decoration on it. And I also have the teeniest little trumpet, which probably came from a charm bracelet, but it's also one of my favourite tiny finds. It's always fun finding teeny weeny little things in the river. And actually, staying on the subject of teeny things, I've got this button here which you saw me find, which has got 3 holes in. But these buttons, apparently you only find them on the River Thames, these ones with 3 holes in, and nobody really knows what they were used for. So if you have any thoughts and ideas on that, please let me know. They've got 3 holes, some of them are decorated. It's been suggested they could have come off of gloves, so maybe that's a possibility. But although there's several theories, nothing is absolutely certain. Nobody really knows what these buttons with 3 holes came from. So it's one of those ongoing Thames mysteries. So I have another mystery here for you, which I'm hoping you'll be able to help me with. It is this enamel badge here with NHCIF on it. And I have no idea what that stands for. Absolutely none. I don't know. I couldn't find anything. So if any of you know what NHCIF might stand for on this lovely little blue enamel badge, then I'd be very grateful if you could let me know. Thank you. It's always nice to find bits of metal with lettering on. I always get excited about them, hoping that I'm going to uncover some wonderful story. Well, in the case of the metal I found that was in today's video, I'm afraid I don't have a great deal to say about them. This round one here, which I do like because I love the old lettering on it. I think it really just comes off of something which was probably a label which was wrapped around some cables or something like that. So apart from it looking nice, there isn't a great deal else to say about it really. It's got E1, Mark II, and then some figures on it, and then 440 yards. So it must be something to do with electrical cable or something. So that is that. And then we have here this one, calibrating deflection. Now, I am sure that many of you out there know about calibration or calibrating deflection. I, unfortunately, do not. So can you see the lettering there? I'll put a photograph up. I don't. So what I need is a good explanation in the comments below as to what calibrating deflection is all about, so that we can all be enlightened, because it means absolutely nothing to me. Lots of figures on there, and it was obviously sort of attached to something at some point, so it meant something to somebody at one point, but it doesn't mean anything to me. Right, now what? Ah yes, so this here, which I've polished up slightly, and bears the name C.S. Milne & Co. Deptford. Well, again, I didn't really find out a great deal about C.S. Milne, apart from the fact that they're blow torches. I think it's blow torches. Yeah, no, they're blowpipes. They're blowpipes. I found out that C.S. Milne's blowpipes are were very good. They were a company based in Deptford doing something industrial, and they had very, very good blowpipes. So there you are. There we are. How fascinating is that? What else have I got here? Got the delightful dentures, which I think are late 19th, probably more likely early 20th century. I think they're made out of vulcanite, sort of hardened rubber. So we can only wonder whose mouth they might have been in at one point, and they've had a very, very good wash. So yeah, not much I can really say about those, apart from the fact that I don't think that vulcanite dentures were very, very comfortable. So maybe that's why they ended up in the river. I've got the lovely pipe here. Actually, do you know what? I haven't had a look to see if it's got any tobacco in it. The mud is all dry there, see? The mud's all dry. So what I'm going to do, I'll tap it now out on here, on the piece of wood next to me, and see. No, I don't. No, I can't see any signs of tobacco in there. There is no dottle of tobacco in the bottom of this pipe bowl. But it's a lovely pipe, a little bit decorated, no maker on there, but that will come from about 1850s or mid-19th, early 19th to mid-19th century. And you can see where it's been smoked actually around the edge there. My beautiful claw pipe bowl. I do love these, and I have got quite a few examples of this. I do like this design. These talons clutching an egg, and I've got several. One, again, very similar, just a little bit more of the leg there. I don't have a full length one, although almost. There's one here which is almost full length on that side, but it's broken on that side. But you get a sense of what it would look like if it was full length. And then there's also another claw and egg design, and I've got a couple of those, and they are rather spectacular too. So look at that. That's more like a dragon's talon, isn't it? So very nice, very nice. Very, very imaginative, these clay pipe makers. And then it seems like they all kind of made the same design. The designs weren't limited to one clay pipe maker. What else have I got here? I've got my tiny little duck, quack quack, And, oh, talking of toys, by the way, I met Si Fines down on the Thames foreshore this morning, and do you know what? He gave me a lovely present. He's always so kind to me and gives me such delightful presents. Do you want to see what he gave me? It's over here. Lovely. Still wet from the foreshore, and he doesn't have any eyes. So I'm going to have to find some eyes for him, and he definitely has to go through the washing machine. But if you're watching this, Simon, then thank you very much for the wonderful present. And I'm getting so many Thames orphans now here in my studio that I'm thinking of starting up an adoption arrangement, that children, if any children are watching these videos and you want to have a chance of adopting a Thames orphan, I'm thinking about starting something like that. And then I can send you your orphan with a little certificate to say that he comes from the River Thames. Because I'm running out of room on my shelves. It's being taken over by lots and lots of cuddly toys, and as much as I like them, I think it's maybe time to have some of them adopted. So let me know what you think about that idea. So there you go. Thanks, Simon. Thank you very much. Just what I needed. Oh, I didn't actually find out what this tiny little jewelled piece of metal is from. It could very well be modern. It could just come from some kind of religious offering, but I don't know. It's quite nice. It's got a few little stones in there. Oh, and you can have a closer look at my bottle here. Lovely green colour. Such a treat that it came up in one piece. So that's that for the kind of relatively normal finds. And now let's talk about the strange bag full of things which I found. So it was a bag full of weird stuff, including the passport. So when you find a passport here, you have to send it to the government passport office, basically. So I have dried it out. I didn't want to send them a soggy passport. I've dried it out, and I will be popping it in an envelope and sending it on to them this week. So that's that taken care of. And then the rest of the bag was filled with a mixture of money and strange little seed pods, which is what makes me think it's some kind of ritual. Now, what ritual, I don't know. You may have thoughts on that. I'm not quite sure. I did decide to take it because I couldn't really see the point of leaving a bag full of coins in the river. If I didn't take it, somebody else would, and if not, they're just going to sit there and just make the place look untidy. So I've taken it. There's a significant amount of modern coinage in there. I'll show you a photo. I just rinsed it all and cleaned it and laid it out on a towel to dry. And I'm going to add it to the Thames Charity box. Now, I won't be able to put it all in here because there's too much of it. But this is what's got so far without any of that came from the strange bag that you saw today. This is, yeah, it's got lots of money in here. And now I've got probably 4 times as much. So there's definitely a lot to give to charity, and I'm so glad I started doing it because it really does add up, all the modern coinage together. We will have a significant amount to donate to charity. I'm not quite sure which charity, but it will definitely go to charity. And that way I feel better about removing it, and I'm sure that whoever threw it in, or for whatever reason it was thrown in, you know, it can only be a good thing to give it to something good and sort of, yeah, get some good vibes from the strange bag full of money. I don't imagine it's anything that's been stolen, because I can't see why you would walk off with a bag full of 2p's and 1p's and 10p's, but yeah, you just don't know. You find some very, 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 very strange things in the River Thames, as you have probably noticed. So, I think I've been through everything in the eclectic haul from the Thames today. And now, what remains for me to do is do the draw to see who has won the Thames glass fish. Here is the Thames glass fish, right next to me. Now, this was a draw that many of you entered back in December. It's a fish made out of glass, picked up along the River Thames. Most of this is old Victorian poison bottle, actually, so it's a really special one. It's a poison fish. So now I'm going to do that draw and we will see who has won. Right, so are you ready? Very exciting. We're going to find out who has won this glass fish here. So I'm using a site called Comment Picker, and the first thing I have to do is put in the link for the YouTube, the correct one where I did the giveaway. So here we are, I've just put the URL in. I'm going to filter duplicate users, and I'm going to filter comments based on a specific text. And the specific text, that's quite hard to say that actually, the specific text is hashtag shared. So let's see. Okay, are you ready for this? Right, get the comments first of all. Let's see how many people are in it to win it. Oh my goodness, look at that. 1,276 unique comments. So there are 1,276 people in it to win it. So now start the raffle and pick the random winner. Okay, who's gonna win this glass fish? Are you watching? Right, ready? Go. And we have our winner, and it is Tina Anderson. And she has said, "You have made me want to find some place to do this in Minnesota." So, if any of you are in Minnesota and you know anywhere that Tina can go mudlarking, please let us know. Well done, Tina. Please get in touch with me via my website or via a comment, and I will get your address and I will send you your glass fish. And I would like to say a very big thank you to Wreck Diver, who is the person who has made this glass fish giveaway possible. So thank you very much indeed. So here we are at the normal screen again, and well done again, Tina. Well done for winning the Thames glass fish. I look forward to hearing from you so that I can send it off to you and it can get settled into its new home in Minnesota as soon as possible. And I'm sorry that you all didn't win something. I wish that you all could. However, don't worry, I will be doing giveaways again in the near future, so you will have other opportunities to win something. So in the meantime, if you know something or you'd like to share some information about any of those objects, if you're an expert on calibrating deflection, on enamel badges with CIHFC on them, or if you are a specialist in 3-hold buttons and you know the secret of what they were used for, then please get in touch. What's great about you as a community is that you have so much combined knowledge, and I have learned so much from you about what I found in the river. I've had great emails and comments and all sorts of things that have helped me to learn so much more, and I know that many of you are experts in lots of different categories, and so I'm always delighted to hear from you. I would also like to say a massive thank you to you all for your support of my channel through your lovely comments and lovely emails. I've received some really beautiful emails from people saying how they appreciate the videos and what they mean to them, and every time I read them it makes me feel so happy, and I'm very fortunate to be able to share something that I'm so passionate about with so many people, and I never take that for granted. And so just thank you for being a great community. Thank you too to everybody who has donated via my Ko-fi account. It's well and truly appreciated, and I have enjoyed many a cup of Earl Grey tea and slices of cake, so thank you very much to everyone. Well, I hope you go on to have a really good week. I hope that the sun is shining wherever you are and that the evenings are becoming lighter and lighter. I do hope that you can join me next week in watching my video about the occupation in the Channel Islands. I might do it on a premiere, actually. I might do it on a premiere, so I'll have to have a think about that. I have heard, though, that it's the Super Bowl over in the USA. I know quite a lot of you are in the USA, and so I need to think about what time to put it out so that it's not going to clash with the Super Bowl, because I'm sure that the Super Bowl will probably take priority over mudlarking videos. Anyway, I'll have a think about that. So on that note, take care everyone, be safe, be happy, and I'm sending you lots of love from London. Thank you and bye-bye.
Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Look who's back. Hello. Now, why have you got a dirty nose? Have you been searching for your nuts? Okay. He's in a rush. He doesn't want to make small time conversation. Okay, here we are. These peanuts are really small. Right, okay, there you go. Oh. There we go, another one. Another one. Look at that adorable little face. It always makes me a bit hungry when I hear him crunching those nuts. Nom, 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 nom.